So algorithm complexity is concerned about how fast or slow particular algorithm performs. Complexity is defined as the numerical function time versus the input size n. Okay. In case of algorithm complexity, I can classify into two types, like time complexity and space complexity. Okay. How much time it takes to execute. Okay. And space complexity, how much space it's taking in the RAM to execute the particular function. Okay. For example, we have a for loop. Okay. That for loop can have what? It can run for 10 times. Let the n is the maximum value, so it will run for 10 times. The loop will run for 10 times. So it takes 10 seconds to complete. Okay, in case of space complexity, it takes only, for example, in for loop we have only one statement. Okay, in for loop we having only one statement. So this function will have what? Only two lines to store. Two instructions is enough to store in the RAM. So this is what we are classifying the computational complexity, time complexity and space complexity. Okay. In determining this, what is the notation? How will I notate? uh, some metric should be there. Okay, how will I notate the time complexity and space complexity? Whenever if they ask about the complexity of the algorithm, you have to say only the time complexity. You have to say only the time complexity. We will always ignore the space complexity. For example, I told for loop, okay, I lesser than for example 10. Okay, for example 10, I lesser than 10. It has statement printf, only one statement printf. It has only one statement is for loop. I didn't write the for loop syntax properly. For our case, this will run for 10 times. Okay, this is taking only two lines of code, but it executes for 10 seconds. Okay, if I increase the size, if it is 20, okay, this function will take only two lines, require only limited memory, but the time complexity increases. Okay, irrespective of the number of lines. Okay, irrespective of the number of lines, the time complexity increases. That's why we all whenever we say complexity of the algorithm, we used to say only what? The time complexity. We don't bother about the space complexity. So what are the notation? We call this big O notation, big omega, big theta. We used to represent O as a little bigger, with capital O. Okay, this O is represents big O, big omega, big theta. Here, big O represents what? Actually big O, upper bound for the function. Okay, upper bound for the function. Upper bound function is meant how many times? What is the worst case? What is the worst case this algorithm can execute to find a particular element? For example, one given some set of nodes is there. Okay, some set of nodes is there in a tree. In the tree, some set of nodes in there. In the tree, I want to find particular element in the tree. So that element may be in the lowest level. That may be the leaf node. Okay, if I want to search that particular node in the tree, I have to search all the elements. So the worst case is that I have to search all the elements in the tree, all the 10 elements in the tree, all the 10 nodes in the tree. This we call as what? Big O. Big O represents the worst case. What is the worst case to of this algorithm will be executed? So what I'm saying, the algorithm here, the algorithm is that either insertion algorithm, deletion algorithm, whatever may be the case. What is the big omega? What is the lowest bound? Lowest in the best case. What is the best case where this algorithm will be executed? What is the minimum time required to execute the particular function? That is a big omega notation. Okay, big theta is nothing but the intermediate between the upper bound and the lower bound. That's called average case. Okay, so this one you have to remember: big O notation, big omega, big theta. So that's what I told. The term analysis of algorithm is used to describe approaches to the study of the performance of algorithm. Here we'll study the types of analysis. The worst case runtime complexity is the function defined by the maximum number of steps taken on any instance of size A. When a size is given, size is A or N, okay, what is the number of steps will this algorithm will go to find a particular element? Okay, that is the worst case. And best case, that very quickly I will find out. Best case runtime complexity of the algorithm is the function defined by the minimum number of steps. So this is maximum number of steps. This is the minimum number of steps. And average case runtime complexity is the function defined by the average number of steps. This one we called as what? Big theta. Okay, average case nothing but the big theta. Worst case is that big O. Best case, big omega. Okay, what is this amortized? Amortized runtime complexity is that for one case, when I run a particular function, for particular case, for particular time, it will take only minimum time to retrieve the element. Okay, for example, a given elements, number of elements is given, let the size of the array is n. Okay, when I am trying to search an element in the array, very first what happens, when I search an element, it quickly retrieve. Okay, but in some, when I again say, run the same function, when I run the same function, it gives some other time. Okay, it gives some other time. Okay, this we called as what? Amortized runtime complexity of the algorithm. Okay. So different types of computational time. So different types of computational time is what? Order of one. Okay, here we all representing the big O. Whenever we try to tell the computational or time complexity, we will try to represent in the worst case only. Always we will try to represent the worst case. We won't tell about the what best case. When you tell the best case, sometimes the algorithm may execute in the worst case also. That's why we will tell this algorithm will run up to of this time. That we will tell about the worst case only. What is this actually? Different types of order of one is that what we are saying very clearly in the hashing data structure will take only one time. It will take only constant time to retrieve the element because it is based on the index value. If I try to find 67, it directly goes to the index 7. If I try to find 90, it directly goes to the 0th index. See, if collision occurs, that is different. That is different case. That is different case. That is no issues. Here, I'm telling the constant time. Okay. So example for this hashing. An algorithm is set to run in constant time for any number of input. For if the size is 10, if the size is 20, if the size is 30, okay, irrespective of the size, what happens? It will run for only the constant time. Okay, so that is what examples: array, fixed size stack, fixed size queue. These are the, when I try to push an element, it directly push, right? Directly push on the top of the stack. That's all. When try to pop an element in the, what the pop function will do, directly retrieves the or delete the element from the top only. It won't delete any function inside the what are the elements in the stack. Okay, when a pop function is called, it directly deletes the elements which is residing in the topmost of the stack. Okay, irrespective of the function, irrespective of the size, it directly deletes the topmost element. So it requires only constant time. That's why we are telling order of one. Okay, linear time. What is linear time? Linear time is that the time increases based upon the number of size. Okay, when the size is 10, okay, it will be 5 seconds. Okay, the worst case is 5 seconds to retrieve an element. If the size is 20, if the size is 20, I'm increasing the size. Okay, the input size is 20. What happens? The time requires varies. It will be 10. It will be 10. So when the input size keep on increasing, automatically the execution time also increasing in linear fashion. That you all know, it is increased in linear fashion. For example, this is x, this is x, this is y. Okay, it the time complexity goes in this fashion. Either it goes in this fashion or in this fashion, some way. It is linear time. So this is input size, this is time. X-axis number of input, y is the time. So when the number of size increases, automatically the time also will be in linear fashion. Either it can be like this or in this way. Sorry, it will be straight line. That's all. You have to draw in the straight line. Okay, this is what linear time. Examples, again linear search. Okay, in array we are finding as linear search, traversing, finding minimum. Okay, and array list and queue. These are some of the example of linear time. Okay, next logarithmic time. So logarithm means what? Log of n. So when you calculate the log n, okay, it will be lesser than this one only, less than this linear time only. Okay, when you calculate n, order of 5 seconds. When I say 5, n is 5. When I say n is 5, okay, it has some 5 seconds. When I say log n, log of 5 is what? Obviously, it is lesser than this linear time only. It is calculated some value. Some value you calculate it, just log of 5. It will be lesser than the linear time. Okay, some function, some algorithm will take log n to what? Complete the execution. The worst case it will take is what? Log n. Worst case we call log n. So that type of data structures are example is binary search. Binary search is that we'll divide the, actually when you take the binary search, what? It should be in sorted order. Already the elements in the binary search in the array is what? In sorted order. Okay, that's why the time is reduced. Instead of linear fashion or constant time, it is we are halfway, we are traversing to the left side or right side. That's why the time is reduced. That's why we call this as a logarithmic time. Okay, and continuation to the different types of computational time. The other one is quadratic. We have seen the quadratic probing also, right? Quadratic probing will take quadratic time to, we can sell that one. Take quadratic time to retrieve the element. Okay, the algorithm is said to run in logarithmic time if its time execution is proportional to the square of the input size. So when I given n is 10, n is 10. Okay, an algorithm, if it takes 10 power 10 is what? 100. 10 power 10, it takes much. Okay, we'll take a 2. We'll take the input sizes 2. So 2 square is what? 4. Okay, 2 square is what? 4. For the given input, it takes 4 seconds to complete the execution. Okay, for given 3, for given size 3, it takes 9 seconds to complete the execution. So the time is in quadratic form. So what are the examples of this quadratic? What type of algorithm will it take? It will take for the quadratic time: bubble sort, selection, and insertion sort. These are the sorting we'll see in the next class. It comes under the 4th unit. So sorting is nothing but you're ordering in some format, ordering the elements in some form. Okay, and again, what are the different types of sorting? Bubble sort, selection, insertion sort. Okay, and other types of complexity. So apart from this, we have what? O n log n also is there. Okay, O n log n, n cube. It keeps on increasing up to n power n also it will take. So these are all the worst cases of the algorithm. Okay, for example, we'll take complexity of the different operation in binary tree and binary search tree. I'm going to explain about the binary tree, binary search tree and ability complexities. Here I say complexity is nothing but time complexity. So this is a left skewed binary tree. You have seen this example also. All the elements are in the all the elements are in the so this is left skewed binary tree. So this is a binary tree. It is not in what is not a binary search tree. Binary search is that all the elements will be in kind of left subtree only. 712. Okay, the worst case time complexity for search, insert and delete operation in binary tree is binary tree and binary search is order of n. Order of n for all operation like insertion, deletion, okay, finding minimum, finding maximum. For all operation, it requires order of n. Why? Because if it is like 3 nodes, it takes 3 seconds to, when you take this one binary tree, for example, you're having 3 nodes. Okay, if I want to search the element 2, what I will do, I'll check for the first node 7. No, it is not there. Then I'll go to the left part. Okay, and I'll check for the another node. Okay, it is also not, 2 is not matching. Then again I'll go to the last node. Okay, it is matching. So it is traversing some way, but it has to visit all the nodes. Here it is visiting all the nodes. That's why it's visiting 3 nodes. So it's nothing but order of n. The given input is n, and it is visiting all the nodes, all n nodes. That's why we say order of n. The same case is binary search tree also. Sometimes binary search tree will take what? Order of log of n also. That I will show. So the worst case we'll say binary tree and binary search tree will take what order of n to perform all the operation, either deleting, inserting, whatever may be the case. And this is the height balance tree, AVL tree. So what is the time complexity of this AVL tree? Okay, the worst case is what? Order log of n. Okay, because why? Because the height is balanced. Because height is balanced. In previous one, see this, in case of binary search tree, the height is not balanced. So this we call as binary search tree. We cannot say this one as AVL tree. Okay, when it is balanced only, I will say that what? It is a AVL tree. When compared to the binary search tree, AVL tree takes somewhat lesser time to search the element. Because why? Because the number of height will be less in case of what? AVL tree when compared to the binary search tree. So that's why it's taking what? Order of log n. So log n will be calculated some value. Okay, so that is the time complexity of this AVL tree. This is a generalized one. They are generalized time complexity. And when you take for binary search example, binary search, it is log of n, and if it is binary tree, it is log n. If it is binary tree and binary search tree, it is log n. Okay, here it is binary search. Binary search, but for example, given array, we can, even the array can be also in binary search format. Okay, that we'll see in the next unit. We have all types of searching and sorting in the next unit. There we'll get a clear idea. Okay, for binary search, it will take this much time complexity. For linear search, obviously this one only. For linear search, it will take order of n. It will search for all the elements in the array. Okay, if the element to be searched in the last of the array, then I have to visit all the nodes in the array, first index, second index, third index, and finally I will find the last index. It is matching. Okay, then I will say the worst case, I will say what? Order of n.